Mai ka pi'ina akala iha e ai ka mole olu ole hua he Hawaiia mawama. All right, come, let's go look around. So this is where our main studio is. We do a lot of our production time in the studio. So this is a studio that we built with our own hands. Our family built it. My name is Tanya Marie Maile Naehu. I was raised on the islands of Oahu and Maui, and I've called Molokai home for the last 17 years. My business on Thinkific is Hale Hoaka. It's a school of Hawaiian knowledge that began about 3.5 years ago. We have created courses that are both online and in person and hybrid. We teach Hawaiian knowledge and learning, Hawaiian worldview, all different subjects that can be taught in schools or outside of schools for all ages. We want to create educational experiences for all of our students that allow them to really create a stronger sense of place. That is what we try to offer to all of our students, is looking at traditional concepts and wisdoms and bringing it into a modern context. Aloha mai kākou. In this ha'awina, this lesson today, we're going to learn how to count in Olelo, Hawaii. The Hawaiian word for count. At the beginning of Hale Hoaka's life, we noticed, oh wow, this is going to be something big, and we knew that we had to adjust and figure it out really quick. And so we began using a platform which is not Thinkific. It was a little bit more rigid and not so easy to fit to our needs. Kalani, being the amazing entrepreneur and business mind that she is, she did her research. And Thinkific was like overwhelmingly recommended to us. And we're like, this is the one. And the coolest feature that we still use till today is the ability to be able to bundle our courses together so that we weren't constantly creating new things on the front end. And once we had a nice library of content, we're like, oh, now we can start creating these curated educational experiences through these bundles that Thinkific offers. Our clientele grew about 20-fold since we converted to Thinkific. Teaching online at first really seemed like a barrier was in front of me. And I really had to get over that. You know, I would get really nervous in front of the camera. I didn't feel the warmth. As the content started being created and people started to experience it, then I realized that even though I felt at first like, oh, this feels so disconnected and almost cold, like it's anything but that. And I was really determined to make sure that everything we taught had that aloha. And that is really the core of everything we do, and that is a driving force, is from a place of aloha. So we started off the first week that we decided to just offer a free Zoom class, put out the testers, like who's interested in learning Hawaiian language or Hawaiian culture. And within 3 days, we had 700 households. 3.5 years later, we have grown from that 700 to over 15,000 students. I started to notice that Hale Hoaka was making a difference when I saw the numbers, and I would run into people on different islands. People know who I am. They know who I am. You know, I live in this tiny little valley on the far east end of Molokai, completely off grid, totally hidden away. Being able to reach everyone on a virtual platform has allowed me to come into all these different people's homes and their lives. And when they see me, the aloha that they show for me is like overflowing. I'm always just like, whoa, like they're my students. Like I've never touched you or hugged you before, but I love you. I love all my students. And so when I see them, it's a beautiful interaction. Being able to be innovative and evolve as an Indigenous person and use these technologies in a way that it becomes a different way of telling a story, telling our story. And that's why I do what I do, really, because it makes me happy and I see the happiness it brings in others.